Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. I do hope you're well. We are back in Misty Marsh. I'm going to be doing sort of lots of little things today, lots of little finishing touches and details. A couple of things that you've mentioned, or certainly one thing, I think it was Steve, you mentioned, and I think you meant over here. So this was a fair few episodes ago now because I'm still recording a few episodes ahead, about having a secluded picnic area, and you said on the pathway after the tunnel. So I assume you meant this was the tunnel, this was the pathway. Now obviously since then I've put in our little food stall here. I do like the idea of a little secluded picnic area, and the only way I can extend the path would be here off this flat piece, which would be going into these rocks here, under the tunnel. I'm not sure if that will actually work. Let's just see if it lets me expand the path here. Yeah, it will do. Now I'm assuming there's no grid that I can align to here, is there? No. Okay, no, that's fine. But I may be able to do something here, which, yeah, it could be interesting. I mean, if I could take it right off like this. Now why is that not letting me do that? That's interesting. I wonder if it's because it's too close to this pathway here. I think it is. Yeah, it's not going to let me do it because you've got this pathway up here. I don't want to. I don't want to faff around with that and do this and then find that I can't replace that. So yeah, I don't think that's quite going to work. It's a shame because I like the idea. I wonder, maybe I could do something kind of here. If it's, no, it's not going to let me do that either, is it? Yeah, that's sloped. This is the only straight bit. But no, it's not going to let me go there either. Where else could we go? Can we go this way? No. Hang on, is it because I've not got tunnelling turned on? Or even flattened terrain? I never understand the difference between those two. No, it's not because of that. I'm assuming that wasn't the case over here either. Oh, hang on. Okay, okay, maybe I can. Interesting. Although it's not, hang on, let's do that. Okay, it's not letting me, it's not letting me go straight, but I can go at an angle. I wonder if I need to just widen the path out and just do that, just create essentially just one sort of big flat thing like that. Okay, let's try this. Let's see what I can make this look like. Obviously I just need to move some of the stones around a bit, but not a lot really. I think all I need to do really is just, whoops. Move that one back like that. And that one like that. Maybe that one can just shove back a bit as well. I quite like this just overhanging there, not a complete tunnel, but just kind of a ridge over the top there. I think that's okay for people to walk under. Maybe it's sticking out a little bit too much. Maybe just a little bit less, like that. Maybe just up a tiny bit as well. Okay, interesting. There we go. So we've got a little area there now. And obviously the question is, what do I do over the top of it? Something interesting. So I think I'll need some vending machines to actually get people to come in here. So let's have a look at that. So let's get a little row of machines over here. Let's go sort of food, drink, or drink food, something like that. There we go. So you got a bit of a choice of food and drink. Hang on, where are we? Picnic benches. I like the round ones. I just think they work a bit better. We can go with some of these sort of modern looking ones. What else have we got? I don't think there's any that look particularly swampy. I usually go with the metal ones because they're fairly generic. I don't mind those actually. They could kind of work, couldn't they? Those are a bit Australian. Yeah, let's... Oh, hang on. No. Yeah. I mean, technically that's kind of more suited, I guess, isn't it? Looks a little bit childish, but don't mind it. See how many of these I can fit in. Something like that. Let's keep the theme going with a couple of bins as well. Like so. Okay, so there's our basics, and let's hope that might encourage some people in. There's really not a lot of people over here. It's everyone. Yeah, look at that. Everyone is just crowded over here. And they're not really coming over here. I know we've only got one proper habitat. Oh look, they're all gathered around here. That's good. So they're on their way, which is nice. So what do I want to do over here? I feel like I want this to be a bit enclosed. So let's first come in and do some basic rock work at the bottom. So let's get rid of all this stuff. So I think what I want is just a basic sort of backdrop. Like this, all the way around the edge. And then I can do some extra rock work higher up. Now, actually, you mentioned about having education things as well. I quite like that idea. I'll see if I can squeeze a bit of that in as well. Okay, so there's your basic shape, which already looks pretty good actually, to be honest. But what I like the idea of is having kind of an overhang, if it's possible, kind of right the way around the top like this. So you feel like when you're in here, it's really secluded. See, so there's this kind of a huge overhang. So you almost feel undercover. Yeah, so you've just got this kind of rocky outcrop all around you, so you can't really see anything other than the sky above you. I probably need to try and, I don't know, do something down here. Whether actually I might just be able to use a bit of this just to kind of break up that flat look along the floor. Let's just get some of this stuff in and see what it looks like. Yeah, it just helps to break it up a bit, I think, doesn't it? I like that. I'm still debating whether I want that to be closed or not. I don't think I do. I think that's okay like that. I'm not sure if I can fit education stuff in here actually, but let's have a look. Let's just see if I can snap this up and squeeze it in here somewhere. Well, people are coming in, so that's good. There you go. So yeah, so I can just about fit something in here. They're just little screens that people can read while they're grabbing their food and drink. That one's not quite going to work. Actually, yes, it will work. I just need to move the rock, don't I? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so let's get a couple of pictures on here. Let's go with deforestation. And we'll go with restoration over there. Excellent. Look at that. People are here. We are attracting people in. That's fantastic. And it just about works here. It's a bit tight, isn't it? But I kind of like that people have to duck to avoid hitting their heads on the rocks. I think that's kind of cool. There we go. So I won't detail the vegetation yet, because I'll do that when I decide what else I'm doing over here, because there may well be a habitat here somewhere. And I've still got a lot of detailing to do up here, obviously hiding that now. I've still got vegetation to do here, which I will hopefully get back to in a minute. But there we go. There's our secluded picnic area. So hopefully that's kind of what you had in mind. A couple other things that I wanted to do. I need to put in keep huts, don't I? Which is something I've been talking about for quite a few episodes, and I still haven't got around to it. And I think I haven't set up work zones yet, have I? No, I haven't got any work zones yet, so I really need to sort that out. But I should at least get some more keeper huts in, some small ones. So I was hoping that I can... Oh, what is going on there? I was hoping I could squeeze one in back here somewhere. Let's get rid of the snapping. Let's have a look. Is that at the right height? Yeah, look at that. That's what I want. Something like that, and then I can, if I can bury that back in there. Now it means I need to lose a bit of rock work, but that's fine. There we go. I like that that looks really nice and hidden in vegetation. I think that's going to work really nicely. Sort of completely lost inside there, which is cool. Okay, so let's keep that, and then let's just come into this, and we will... whoops. Let's try that again. Let's just give this a front. I think I'll use the same as we did before on the other facility that I put in, which was this one, I believe. Oh, sorry, completely the wrong thing. That was a vendor one. This is one of these ones. Silly me. There we go. And then I will disguise the rest with rocks. Let's just move that. There we go. Look at that. People are using it already. Oh, let's get rid of a lining. Okay, and what have we got here? We've got a bit of an edge here to hide. And a little bit there. And there we go. There's keep hut number one. Now let's just maneuver that a little bit like so. I like that that kind of disguises the bin and the door. I think that looks really cool. So there's a facility there. So we've got, what have we got? We've got one habitat there, which can be on that one. And this one can be on that one as well. And then we've got this one here, which will use the keeper hut in here. I believe this is, yeah, that's a big keeper hut. So that will do that one. And then we've got this one over here. Is that it for habitats? Is that all I've got so far? 1, 2, 3. And then 4 over here. Yeah, I think so. So, yes, so I need to keep a hut for this habitat, which is there. So I could probably incorporate keep a hut actually into this area here, can't I? Yeah, let's do that. Let's keep it simple. And then when I eventually get around to doing all the decorating around here, I can sort that out. Excellent. So now I need to set up some work zones. Let's do that quickly. I know it's not the most exciting thing in the world, but it does need to be done. So we'll go with habitat there, keep a hut there, and staff room. Now where have I got staff room? Is one of these a staff room? That's a vet. That's a quarantine. Do I not have a staff room anywhere yet? Apparently I don't. Okay, let's think about a staff room or two then. So that's a small staff room, which isn't very small, but it's going to be needed. So let's get a small staff room in there. And then I'm going to have one over here somewhere, aren't I? Which is a bit tricky. There's not a lot of space down here. I don't really want anything else down there, I don't think. I suppose I could squeeze one here, couldn't I? Let's just see if I can... Yeah, there we go. So let's get that back there. I quite like this actually, this idea of going back and adding things in. It's kind of fun. It's quite a nice little challenge. Right, we've got our flower beds here. Which, yeah, we're not going to need now. Let's have a look. What have we got going on here? Yeah, so these are all floating. So if we just gather up all of these bits of foliage here, if I can. I don't want that. It's all going wrong. Okay, it's not letting me click on these bits. No, no, no. This isn't working, is it? I don't want you. Go away. Go away. No, I don't want you. I'm trying to deselect you, not select you. Okay, hang on. Let's try this again. All I'm trying to do is just move these things down, and it's really tricky just selecting them. So I'm just trying to keep this corner looking quite jungly, you know. Right, how does that look? There we go, that looks good. Great. Okay, so now we just need to do the same to this. Really simple. Let's bury this. Something like that, and let's just get a little bit in here, and there we go. There's our staff room. So back to our work zones. Where are we? Work zones. Right, edit this work zone. So that's got that, that, and that. So that's staff room. Let's call this Oh, now how do you spell it? Proboscis monkeys. I think that's how you spell it. So proboscis monkeys is our first work zone. Good. Okay. Let's create another one. So we've got this habitat, this keeper hut, and this staff room. Ooh, do you know what? I don't know what's in that habitat. I can't remember. What was in there? No, can't remember. Hang on. My memory is quite terrible, isn't it? Oh, it's the Tasmanian devils, isn't it? If I can click on them, I'm sure that's what they are. Yes, Tasmanian devil. Okay, great. Tasmanian devil, I think that's right. Lovely stuff. Then we will do, where's the entrance to this one? We've got that one, that, and that. Beautiful. Let's call this, what was in here? Flamingos and something else. We'll call it flamingos. Good stuff. And then the last one is that that habitat, that staff room, and that keeper hut. Oh, sorry, that's a keeper. That one and that one. Sorry. Yeah, there we go. I think. Oh, actually, do I want to? Actually, this is a large one, so I'll use that one and keep this small one just for this habitat. That works for me. And this was, oh my word, what was in here? It was a cat of some sort, wasn't it? What was it? Hang on, let's just call it cat for a second. Honestly, I don't have a memory. Oh, it's the ocelot, isn't it? Let's call it ocelot. Excellent. Right, now let's dedicate you to flamingos, you to the ocelot, you to the monkeys, and you to the devils. There we go. So we just need one dedicated to each, and then we'll have a load of spare ones. So that's one more task done for now. The other thing is, because looking at it from the top, it looks really pretty, except for this work zone over here. This is all kind of backstagey stuff. What are these people doing? Okay, I'm going to put a bit of work path down, some staff paths down, because people should not be coming in here. So let's just do that. Oh, of course, they're now trapped. Fantastic. Silly people. There we go. Right, so what I was thinking I would do here is just create a big fake roof over here. Something like this Arctic one that just kind of blends in, you know, it's a very simple thing. Actually, I'll do it using these buildings, I think. Yeah, and so it's literally just going to be something here that just hides everything, and hopefully will just blend in. So just up to there. Now I'll probably just extend it back a bit like that as well, and then we'll come up here. So this is purely for show, basically. And then I'll just copy this. Like so. Right, now let's just see, do I need one more up here? Can I get away with one more up here? Yes, just about. Okay, so it's just a big fake roof. I would just adjust these rocks a little bit just to cover up this front bit. Like that. Let's just cover these gaps here as well, just sort of a completion, so that when we look from the sort of the aerial view, it doesn't look too silly. So there we go. So it's just a roof, just looks good. It doesn't need a wall at the back here because that's not the point. The point is that when I view it from up here, it now looks like an actual area of the zoo, which is purposely built with a roof, but it doesn't need anything more than that. There we go. That's cool. Great. Right. I feel like we're making some progress, people. This is good. So I've still got lots of foliage to do, haven't I? So last episode I went around, I did all the ferns along here. I didn't do bracken. So we've just got a few minutes of this episode to go. So let's just come back and start doing some of this. So this bracken is going to really finish off these areas nicely. I'll even do bits like this where you can't see the bottom. You just raise it up and have it kind of coming a bit higher out of other foliage. It just looks amazing, this stuff. You know, just all over the place. Honestly, this is just the best foliage in the game, this one. It really is. You've probably noticed that I do use it everywhere. I'm keeping it a bit clear down here because I want to be able to see the water. And I want it to feel a bit more cavey down there. But certainly sort of up here on these rocks, I want it to be just everywhere. Yeah, a little bit more up here. Don't want to go over the top, kind of up the top here really, but you know, because you are just adding polygons for the sake of polygons really up here. I think certainly on bits like this, it will benefit from a bit of bracken. Lovely. Right, let's come down into this tunnel. Look at that. It looks amazing with the mist. Just looks proper creepy, doesn't it? I just want it to feel like you're just walking through a jungle, basically, as you come all around here. Like this stuff is just, it's just everywhere, and it's growing up through the foliage. It's growing out of cracks in the rocks. Absolutely, just everywhere you look, there's stuff, and it ages the area. That's what this does. It makes everything feel like it's been around for ages. Because ferns don't grow that quickly. They don't establish quickly, like seeding themselves naturally. They're quite slow to establish, but once they get going, they do take over. Yeah, I do love this stuff. Yeah, I feel like this is just finishing off this area really. I will come in and do some trees as well, some tree ferns, and one or two of the larger palms. I love that one that I had just now that I used as sort of the blocker to the door. I can never remember what it's called, but I love that fern, so I would definitely get some of that in here. Right, a little bit around here. Let's get that done up there. Let's come down into this tunnel here. All around the edge. I want it to feel like as you're walking past, like all these ferns are tickling your legs. Because that's what they do. If you walk through woodland anywhere here in England, you'll see these ferns just everywhere. Right, we haven't done down there yet, so I don't need to do too much down there. Nice, so we've done another load of foliage. So it is starting to look quite jungly now, isn't it? You always get the odd bit that you mess up and ends up floating. That's fine, I'll figure that out as I go along. Oh, hang on. There you go. Yeah, there's bound to be the odd bit that I've got a bit wrong. It's hard to see all the angles. I love this where it just looks like you can't even get through. It's just so overgrown. I love that. I think that looks really cool. Stuff like this, I'll get some vines hanging on here as well. Make it look even more sort of overgrown, like you're not meant to go through there. But people will go through it, so that's the good thing. Wow, this is coming together really nicely. I'm having a lot of fun with this, see? So there we go. I feel like that's a productive episode, even though it may not really feel like it. We've got our work zones and facility buildings all kind of worked out now. We've covered up our backstage here with a roof, and we've done a whole load more foliage, and we built, oh excuse me, terribly sorry about that. We have built a little picnic area here, which hopefully people will come in and use. And again, I'll get foliage in here to kind of disguise all of this. I might do some sort of hedging actually in here as well. Not too sure. I might just go with bracken, what I just did, and make a whole sort of thick load of bracken around here. Maybe get some vines hanging down around the top. Maybe some overhanging stuff. We'll see. That's for another day. But there we go. That's going to do it for now. So what do you think? Do you like what I've done today? Let me know. If you've got any thoughts, ideas at all on the zoo, please do leave a comment down below. And as always, thank you very much for your company and your support. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully I'll see you again next time in the next episode, whenever that shall be. Until then, take care. Bye for now.